This adaptation of Iolanthe has been something that's been stewing in my brain for a while. I grew up with Gilbert and Sullivan. My parents were involved in a community theater group with Gilbert and Sullivan up in Vancouver, which is where I grew up. I've always really liked the show Iolanthe. I think it's a great show. I think it's got some beautiful, beautiful music. And when I came down and worked with Franklin and the Blind Opera and found out that they did some Gilbert and Sullivan, this idea popped back into my head. And I think the main thing that was driving this thought for Iolanthe is how do we modernize Gilbert Sullivan and how do we modernize Iolanthe for an audience in 2026? And I think putting it in a local park, having the peers playing football, making it a more hipster, modern vibe is hopefully going to get some new people to appreciate the wonders and the joy that is this show.
Red band, it's your sorrow. With joy beyond telling, my bosom is swelling so. Might be a measure, expressing to pleasure. Proud to be married today, today, yeah. To be married today. Oh, wow. To be married. Oh, wow. To be married today.
They are maybe not what you would expect for the time period and the setting, but that was the director's idea, to just have fun with it, play around, do something more contemporary. So she gave me some ideas and then I just ran with it. It's fairies versus peers in the story, that we're gonna have very fairy, typical fairy looking characters, but they're not. They're supposed to look like humans among us, but you can tell them by their wings. And we went with a applique wing. Figured it would be easier for stage movement, choreo. They're not going to be, you know, crowded and clacking wings together with the big wire. So I went to the director and I said, can we do this idea? And she liked it. So that's what we're doing. We just made them out of lace, cut them and stitched them on. So all the fairies will have them. Yeah, they all get one. Get some sort of a jacket or sweater that we put their wings on. I don't know if you find this interesting, but since they're fairies, I thought I should have them inform their character by incorporating their personal interests. I said, could you just think of hobbies, think of something that you're interested in. So that gave me a jumping off point for coming up with a design concept for their each specific respective costume. So we have a fairy who's a baker, and she's gonna have a cute little skirt with an apron, and we have one who's a fitness instructor, so she's wearing her particular things. We have a cat lady. She's kind of got a funny little shirt and crazy colors. It's just a couple. We have a very cool fairy queen, wanted to be punk. So we let her be punk. I cut up just a men's suit jacket and embellished it, cut off one of the lapels, repurposed a camera strap here, made little patches for some punk bands, and added cool chains and buttons and her wings. So this is very fun to make. So yeah.
Oh man. So when I got Iolanthe, I started taking a look at it. It is very like classic Gilbert and Sullivan, and there's just some classic operatic moments that we really wanted to jazz up. And our director Elizabeth, she had the great idea to kind of set the show in that early 2010s kind of hipster vibe. So we immediately started looking at like Vampire Weekend, the Lumineers, all sorts of bands from that era, and trying to be like, okay, how can we make fairies feel like they're just like in a park, like drinking nachos and stuff and really jamming out to some rock here. It was really fun. It's just me and a bass player kind of hanging out here in the pit. And we actually had some really collaborative actors who also played some music. So a lot of the arrangements you'll hear are actually done by some of the actors in the show, which I'm really excited about because I didn't have to do it. So that's great. Sure. Rehearsal process has been really exciting. It's been fun to do a show where we get to play with the music so much. And every rehearsal, I think the cast comes in not wondering if I'm going to scrap everything and teach them something brand new every time. I think we learned some of these songs like 4 times over. But I'm really happy for it, and I hope they are too, because the final product was really exciting. So if you come see it, I think you'll be like, oh, this is cool.
Franklin Light Opera exists to bring this kind of music to the community. And sometimes that can be a hard sell. It was written in the late 1800s, and it's been survived all these years, but part of the magic of Gilbert and Sullivan is reinventing it along the way. So there have been tons of different ideas applied to all of the Gilbert and Sullivan operettas through the years. Flo decided to do Iolanthe this year because really of our director, Elizabeth Steele. She came with a brilliant concept that allowed us to bring Iolanthe to the modern day with kind of hipster fairies and kind of a Starbucks vibe and an indie rock music. And we decided that that's where we wanted to go for the spring show. We're hoping that this will bring in kind of an audience that may not know traditional operetta or Gilbert and Sullivan, but still might be intrigued enough to come and see the show and really develop a love for this music, even though it was written so long ago. So of course, this music can last for generations to come. So we hope you all will come to the show March 20th, 21st, and 22nd at the Williamson County Performing Arts Center. You can find tickets at www.franklinlightopera.org or at the wcpactn.com website. Please join us. It's going to be a great time.